Tractate Shevuot, page 22. We are 4 lines from the top of the page. We learned yesterday the different expression, different utterances. So I'm just using as a springboard a common case. A person that he and food always come together, almost the epitome of, I'm sorry to use the term of obesity, but someone like that. And obviously it's not only a fear of heaven, but also the doctors warn the person that he is he's in a bad shape. So he committed himself, he made an oath, and he said, I'll not eat. And all of a sudden, somehow he forgot and he ate. So there is a question how you treated those things. If he ate, if he drank. We're going soon to the Mishnah that going to elaborate on that. But let's start with this conversation. Someone who commit himself, we said yesterday, make an oath that he will not eat, and then he ate, and we discussed the idea of kolshu, even small amount, and we used the term of a little ant, and we said that the animal is different, even that size of ant. And then we talk about hekdesh, someone who touches it, something that worth shve pruta, it's consecrated items. And then we discuss a situation like a person ate something that is unfitting as a food. We use just as an example eating dust. And the last point we discussed was the konamot. A person said, "Komnama like ikarde." I commit myself to eat this loaf of bread, etc. So, in short, we have this type of kimfaresh dame that again depend on the expression, but we said that it's even the a minute's amount it's considered. So here is a dialogue between Rabbi Akiva to the sages. Rabbi Akiva holds, as we said yesterday, that any amount, kolshu, anything, the moment is in violation, is in violation. Amar lahem, 4 lines from top of the page. Amar lahem, Rabbi Akiva said to the sages, היכן מצינו במדבר ומביא קורבן, שזה מדבר ומביא קורבן. Show me where do we find a person that just speak and bring an offering, that it's proper to say that someone who's commit himself will not eat, and then he eats. So the whole idea of what Rashi explained on page 19b, that someone said something and basically abrogated his own statement, it meant in the framework of Rabbi Akiva kolshu, meaning any amount, it doesn't matter how far and how much. And so someone who making a false utterances, so is a false utterances. And the only exception, it's according to Rabbi Akiva, is the expression of oath. So the Gemara challenged and said velo, and there's such a precedent. Veharei megadef. We learn in the Torah in book of Vayikra, chapter 24, someone who quote unquote bless the name of the Lord. So on Tractate Shevuot, page 7, Rabbi Akiva hold that if it was unintentional, and there are circumstances that can be unintentional, so you need to bring a sin offering, even it was just expression of utterances. The Ritva, based on Rashi, said that according to the sages is not bringing an offering for this type of situation. Let's read Rashi. Rashi said, "V'arei megadef mevarech," quote unquote, et Hashem. Depalig Rabbi Akiva de Rabbanan b'kritut v'amar megadef mevi korban. So the thing is, the Ritva here, based on this Rashi, hold that he's not bringing a korban. But anyway, the Gemara responded and said, "Medaber ve'oser ka'amrinan, medaber ve'oser ka'amrinan." He is specifically one who speak and prohibits with his speech. So we don't have any metziut, any reality of a person that bring korban because you have this isur of lo yachel dvaro, that he start his speech v'hai. And this one, the case of the megadef, medaber v'choteu. The blasphemer is one who speaks and sins with his speech. So that's basically bring korban. But I suggested those who they have the time and to read in Ivrit, you see the Ritva and the Ramban. What exactly together? The second kushia, we have here several. Second one, v'harei nazir. So someone kibel al atzmo nazirut, accept upon himself to be nazir. So he needs to be in korbanot. So you have chalot, korban, because he basically expresses in his word. So the Gemara said, al dibur kamrinan, v'ay korban la'ashtaru elechamro dekamaite. So the whole idea of korban, being the offering, is to allow him the wine to himself he brings. So it means this korban, this offering, is not to atone. It's just heter. You see more, we discuss it more in Nazir 14. The third question, we have the fourth, as we said, we have 4 questions. So this is the third one. Barei hekdesh. So basically the utterance is make it hekdesh. So if he change, so he needs to bring korban meila. Oser la'atzmo kamrinan. V'ayoser al kol olam kulo. So he needs to bring korban meila, the offering for misuse, if he basically mal be'ekdesh. V'harei konamot. Prohibit an item only for himself, but he bring an offering if he transgresses his words. So kasavar en mila bekonamot. Okay. That's Rabbi Akiva hold that the konamot are not subject to the law of misuse. So now the Gemara circumscribed the machloket, disputation between Rabbi Akiva and Rabbanan in 3 limitations. Amar Rava, מחלוקת בסתם, general שבוע, אבל במפרש דברי הכל בכל שהוא, מאיתמה מפרש נמה כבריאה נמה. It's very similar to what we discussed yesterday, the one who eat בריאה. Second limitation, ואמר רבה מחלוקת בשלו אוכל. You can't say that he's a מחלוקת, אבל בשלו יתום דברי הכל בכל שהוא. Because the whole notion of Kolshu, even a little bit, is considering teima, it's considering you're tasting it. So he desecrated his word, pshita, it's obvious. Which we disagree, but anyway, that's the literal understanding. So, tasted. People often say, taste something. Kamash melan, so Rava says, no. You intend to prohibit from himself kolshu. The third limitation, Omar Rav Pape, מחלוקת בשבועות. אבל בקונמות דברי הכל בכל שהוא, מה איתמה? קונמות נמי, כיוון דלא מדקר שמה דאכילה, כדי מפרש דמי. Because you don't have midkar shma, you don't have this expression. The devourer does not mention the word eating, so you take it as is specified a minute amount. So the Meitivei, the Gemara challenged that Shnei konamot. You have 2 loaves for bread that prohibited of a person because he make this vow. Make nether of 1 loaf, and then he make another one for the second one. And then he intentionally ate from both, little from each. Mistarfin, you can combine the kezai, the olive bark size, and therefore you receive malkot. שתי שבועות אין מצרפים. רב מאיר אומר קונמות כשבועות. same. והיא סגלתך בכל שהוא, למה לי לצרף? בסדר, אמר אכילה מזו עליי קונם, אכילה מזו עליי קונם. So you have this language of אכילה. So יחי, המים מצטרפות. So you have two קונמות combined together, so why you tell me that they together instead of independently? סוף סוף זילאחה לקשורה וזילאחה לקשורה. If you take each of them independently, so neither one of them have the requisite amount. So there is a Ritva in the Ramban, in Chidushei Aran, ask all the concept of Agdarat, of Mitztaref, how you treat it. But anyway, the Gemara concluded, De'amar achila mishtehen alai konam. The Braita speak about a person who uttered the word and he said, eating from both loaves is prohibited to me as a konam. So because he used the term eating, so he's not obligated. Unless you tell me that he consumes an olive size. But what you see here, because he used a single expression of the word eating in regard to both lechamim, to both kikarot, so they combine to equal of the kezait. לכבד אגבי שבועות, אמר שבוע שלא אוכל משתיהם, המים מצטרפים, אומר רב פנחס שאני שבועות מתוך שחלוקות וחטאות אין מצטרפות. So יחי רב מאיר אומר קונמות כשבועות. בישלמה שבועות הועיל וחלוקות וחטאות, אלא קונמות המי לא. So אמר סד איפוך, רב מאיר אומר שבועות כקונמות, ולד רב פנחס. Another תירוץ. רבינה אמר כי כמה רב פאפה על עניין מלכות. ענת קורבן. כי תניאי לעניין קורבן דבעינן שווה פרוטה. למימרא דסובר רבנן יש מילה בקונמות? תנא קמא hold in Braita that you have the misuse, the Shamilot, when it's come to Konamot. Tanya, you have a clear Braita, Kikar zo Hekdesh, that you have a Kedusha Chamura, make it Akdasha lebedek habayit. That's Rashi, Tosfot disagree. But anyway, V'achala ben hu ben chavero ma'al, לפיכך יש לה פדיון. כיכר זו עלי הקדש, הרי הוא מעל, חברו לא מעל. לפיכך, אין לה פדיון, דברי רב מאיר. 22b, והחכמים אומרים, and the sages hold, בין הוא ובין חברו לא מעל, לפי שאין מעילה בקונמות. They said, him and his fellow both are not part of me'ilah, not part of misuse, meaning regardless if the person who made the vow himself violated what he committed himself, or somebody else aided, we don't have that concept of misuse when it's come to me'ilot. And there are 2 points here. Number one, the same way as his fellow did not, considering someone who misuse because he allowed it, the same way as the person who make the vow himself, he is not violated the milah, but if he chilel nidro, if he violated his words, he is in violation of lo yachel dvaro. So you see here a contradiction to what Ravina said, because the Ravina hold originally that you can have the combination of both, that one who eats a pruta worth of 2 konamot, he must bring me'ilah offering. So the Gemara said, no, you just need to go by the other way around, which is the reverse order, eipuch. So the way it should be, if someone said, kikar zo alai hekdesh, this loaf of bread is upon me, and should be a consecrated item, that's a לשון נדר, that's the language of a vow. אחד זה ואחד זה, regardless if it's that person or his fellow, have not committed מעילה, לא מעל, לפי שאין מעילה בקונמות דברי המאיר, because according to המאיר, there's no מעילה when it's come to the קורבנות, the offering. ואנחנו אומרים, הוא מעל וחברו לא מעל. Person himself is in a violation of misuse, מעילה, since he aided, versus his fellow not. So according to this version, the view of the Chachamim, the sages of Rabbi Meir in both Brightot is same. That we do have Torat Me'ilah bekonamot. So the Gemara asks, כי אחי רבי מאיר אומר קונמות כשבועות, אלא קונמות הצטרופהו דלא מצטרפי. המעילה יתבהו, ואמר רבי מאיר אין מעילה בקונמות כלל. We just learned at the view of Rabbi Meir that said that it's in the Braita, he said that konamot are not subject to law of misuse of me'ilah at all. So the Gemara answers, לדבריהם דרבנן כאמר לו. לדידי אין מעילה בקונמות כלל, לדידחו עודו לי מיהת דקונמות כשבועות. So according to my view, the way I see it, konamot are not subject to any form of law of me'ilah or misuse at all. But according to your view, that the law of me'ilah applies, so they concede to me at least that the konamot is like shvuot. So therefore, a person is not required to bring a sacrificial offering for combine of pruta of two konamot. V'Rabanan, what's the reason that the sages that hold that when it's come to nedarim, you have these different laws, the kikarot mitztarfot and not in shvuot. So they said, shvuot ika de Rav Pinchas, konamot leika de Rav Pinchas. So when it's come to shvuot, the oath, Rav Pinchas reasoning really apply, which is מתוך שקרקעות חלוקות לחטאות אין מצטרפות. But konamot, you don't have the rules of Rabbi Pinchas not applies. So therefore they can combine to complete the shiur. Now we bring three sfeikot, three different quandaries, dilemma, predicaments, when it's come to shiurei achila, in the different form of shvuot. The first safek. Amarava, shvuah shelo achal v'achal afar patur. Why? Because obviously afar, dirt, is not ra'ui la'achila. It's not befitting to be a form of food. So therefore, according to Rashi, even lechatchila he can eat it because it's by any means it's not part of his שבוע. באי רב השבועה שלא אוכל אפר בחמה, כיוון אמר שלא אוכל דעתיה כזית, או דילמה, כיוון לא אמר, לא מדעך לנשי, אבל בכל שהוא תיקו. So someone make a oath to not eat dirt. So what does that mean? He meant to say in an olive bark, or it means that since people don't eat it, so therefore it's any amount. So they said no result, תיקו. Second, באי רבא, שבועה שלא אוכל חרצן. Someone commit himself will not eat a grape seed. בחמה, כיוון אתם מתאכל על ידי תערובת, because you eat it while they combine with grapes, דעתיה כזית, you think about olive bark, יודעים כיוון דלא באין האכל לאינשת, דעתיה משהו. So the way that people usually eat the grape seeds, people don't eat it by itself, it is not deemed edible. So therefore, his intention was to prohibit even a small amount of mushrooms. Take the same story. Third one. באי רב ששת נזיר שמר שבועה שלא אוכל חרצן בחמה. דכיוון דחזית איסור הדאורייתא הוא. Because the Torah said מכל אשר יאכל, מכל אשר יעשה, מגפן העין, מחצנים ועד זג, לא יאכל. So you see here even the small one. כי כמשתבע, היתרה כמשתבע, ולהתיה משהו. הודין מה כיוון דאמר שלא אוכל, להתיה כזית. תשמע שבועה שלא אוכל, ואכל נבלות וטרפות, שקצים ומרמצים חייב. ורבי שמעון פוטר, ואבינה בא, מהי חייב? מושבע ועומד מהר סיני. So already we have these rules since the time that we received the Torah in Sinai, that a person should not eat it. So that's the שבועה דבר מצווה. It's not a שבועה. A person is part of all our people that stand and swore at Mount Sinai to refrain from these foods. So אין שבועה על דבר מצווה. So they said, רב ושמואל ורב יוחנן דאמרי, כולל דברים מותרים ודברים האסורים. They combine things that are permitted, which is other food, with prohibited items. וריש לקיש אמר, אתה מוצא אליו אי במפרש חצי שיעור, ואליבא דרבנן, that's what we learn on page 19b, that if someone make a vow upon himself, it's apply כזית and more. אי בסתם, ואליבא דרבי עקיבא דאמר, אדם אוסר עצמו בכל שהוא. והנבלה, but the prohibition against eating נבלה, carcass animal, the מושבע ועומד מהר סיני הוא. The person is standing sworn from Mount Sinai not to eat it. דכי חרצה לגבי נזיר דמיה. ותמה דפריש. Because he said clearly in his oath that he will not eat even חצי שיעור. הלא פריש דעתיה כזית. שמע מינה. So it means that שבועה is not בחלות שבועה. So now the Gemara have a question with three things. One, if someone take an oath that he will not eat dirt, what is the shiur? Second, if someone make a oath not to eat chartzanim, that's the seed grapes, what's the shiur? We don't have not so, but the next one, Nazir that take a vow, he should not eat chartzanim. Does that mean that Nazir is different than anyone else or not? So according to Reish Lakish, the Gemara said that Nazir is equal when you take a vow this everyone else. So the Gemara said, "Al tifshot devai rava, שבועה שלו אוכל עפר בחמה, tifshot דאיקה כזית, דא נבלה כעפר דמיה, ותמה דפריש הלא פריש דתיה כזית." לא, עפר לאו באכילה לו כלל. Obviously the dirt is completely inedible. So one who makes this type of vow not to eat dirt, so he may think that he should abstain from eating less than kezait. Nevela bat achila, by itself nevela is edible. Ve'aryehu dervia elavei. It's like in Marshall, it's like since the Torah prohibited it, is like the lion standing there and crunch it, not let you go and eat it. So it's obviously, if someone said clearly that he's not going to eat, it means the shiur achila, which is from kezait and more. Otherwise, you don't have this obligation. The Chanut Chidushei Chatam Sofer expand way more on this sugya. Anyway.